Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Who Cares? It's me again, Charlene.
And Neil,
And today's episode, we're going to talk about gambling and addiction. What is gambling for you?
gambling for me, um, gambling for me. If you're asking what gambling was for me as a lived experience, gambling for me was playing cards under a lamppost as a small child. It was a young adult, 16, 17, putting money on horses and dogs and bookmakers. That's what gambling was for me. How it started, how it ended up was putting larger amounts of money and losing wages and getting loans and the pitfalls of what gambling offers.
That was what gambling for you when you were young. What is it like now for you?
Gambling for me now is something that I utilised. They say in business, turning the utilising an asset. So I took the seed of addiction and turned it into my greatest asset. As a recovering gambler, I am now a therapist.
Ah, okay. So let's go back to gambling. What are the types of gambling?
The types of gambling, I mean, there's the old-fashioned type gambling. You had the horses, the dogs, casinos, roulette. The new types of gambling that's sweeping across the world is phone gambling. And phone gambling is basically betting on anything of a sporting nature. Even the Eurovision Song Contest, you could have bet on that. So I think so you can bet on anything that's going to be an outcome of an unknowingness beforehand. So people bet on the sports betting of badminton. They can bet on tennis. They can bet on all sorts of sports all around the world on their phone. So it really is impulsive gambling. It's really there
In the society right now,
in society.
especially when the lockdown came and people have nothing to do.
Exactly that. You know, it created that vacuum for gambling, boredom.
Yeah. So when is gambling okay, and when does it become a problem?
Um, I suppose it's called social gambling. Social gambling is when somebody has a certain amount of money, they would go to Goodwood or Ascot or the Dogs with a night out with their friends and take a certain amount of money out and spend it the same way you would go to the restaurant and you would take a certain amount of money and you have a meal and a few drinks, or you go out for a few drinks and have a night out, and you have entertainment through that. And some people can go out and they can gamble, go to the casino, and it's entertaining. They don't spend loads of money. They just spend money that they've took out for that night or that day.
And when does it become a problem?
It becomes a problem when people specifically go into gambling to win money. You know, when people try to win money, because when you try to win money, then you lose it. Then there's a different energy, body chemistry, because you want that money back. And when you want that money back, you're going to put more on to win that money back, and it starts that wheel, and then it starts that personality, and it becomes, you make friends within that. You turn into what's commonly known as a gambler, and you build up a reputation, and other people would know you as a gambler.
I see. So it's okay if you're doing it to entertain yourself, but if you're chasing money, so it becomes a problem.
It has got the potential to become a problem. Some people might stop, you know, say, look, this is getting too far, and stop, or maybe decrease their betting.
Being a gambler yourself before, was it easy to stop, or
I
is it
found
really
I found it
difficult?
difficult. I found it difficult because I enjoyed it mostly. I enjoyed it. It was exhilarating. It was exciting. It was thrilling. It was a wonderful sensation when I put money on and I got a winner. It validated my sense of achievement. It was it was really exciting and invigorating, and that could be on a Tuesday afternoon, you know, and really kind of mundane times.
And sometimes you can't tell the time when you're gambling and you're having fun.
Well, there is casinos who don't have clocks. They don't have windows. You can't see if it's night or day. They'll give you food so you don't have to leave the area. They'll give you alcohol, makes you more inebriated, a bit loose with your money. They change the money cash into chips so as it doesn't feel like money. There is little
Tricks to the mind.
Yeah, tricks to the mind.
Yeah, so to speak. So if I'm a gambler, how will I know if my gambling has become a problem? Are there red flags that I need to look out to?
Sometimes the gambler's the last person to know. You know, the family may notice, and friends, they may notice isolation. They might notice less money, you know, not buying nice clothes or not going out so often, socialising, depression, just a general sort of kind of apathy and attitude towards life, because it's very hard if you've lost your wages for the month to galvanise that energy to go to work for another month, and then you've lost it again, and the debts are piling up, and it can be really soul destroying.
Well, it's a tough world. I mean, if you're the last person to know, it's really difficult. So we're talking about that and being, you know, problem gambler. Are there any forms of support that we can get here in the UK?
Gordon Moody do a good support network. They have for severe gamblers, they have residential for male and female. They have residential work where you would have a support group and really look into the sort of kind of root causes and give you secondary help so you can integrate back into the community. There's also Gamblers Anonymous. There's online support as well. There's GamCare, who do forums, do counselling and do other forms of help. They've got a national helpline number as well, which is really good for somebody who's maybe in recovery and feels an urge and they could phone up and speak to someone. I also work at Break Even, as we talked about previously, and we're going to talk about the course. Break Even offer free counselling for not just the gambler, but the significant other and the problems they go through, and I know we're going to touch on that in another episode, but so that there is help. We offer between 5 and 8 sessions, and it's like an intervention that really stabilises a person and makes them sort of kind of look at themselves. As I said, they seem to be quite common, the last person to know. And when they do stop gambling, then they sort of kind of reflect back, did I do that? Did I do that? And then they're able to sort of kind of see where they can move forward and change things.
Okay, and you mentioned about the course, so how is Green Shield Recovery doing?
Yeah, the last time we were talking, I was putting the course together, and it's getting into week 5 now. It's going really well. It's quite people are very engaging, and if anybody wants to come on the course runs for 7 weeks, and if you can make 5 out of the 7, if you can't make the other 2, I can do a 1-to-1. Initially, I would give you a half-hour consultation just to see where you are in your recovery, and what we offer is it'll run parallel. You can have free counselling and the course at the same time, so it can stabilise you and help you through the challenging course, because the course is challenging. It'll challenge your thoughts and your belief system, so it is challenging but rewarding.
That's good. That's a nice one. Challenging but rewarding. I like that. So what's your message to the gamblers or who are still affected by gambling?
If you're still affected by gambling, you're still gambling and you want to stop, and I know you can stop, then keep an open mind, have courage and contact us. We will give you counselling, we will take you through the course, and you'll get to know yourself, get to rediscover what life is about, you know, your favourite smells, sounds, touch, music, all the things that you lost, you can regain, and regain your self-respect, your pride, and it will be challenging. I wouldn't make any sort of kind of bones about that. Not it's easy, but it'll be worth it. So connect. You see the link, follow through, make that phone call, send that email, communicate today.
And be brave to take the very first step.
The first step is the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's all for today. If you have questions or comments, just leave us a comment. And if you have anything else you want us to discuss in further videos, just give us a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. This is Charlene.
And Neil.
Bye.